We got the Bill Squire Friday Get Down for you within the hour. You won't even have to wait an hour to start your weekend. It's brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey.
What band is that?
Spirit Box.
I like that song a lot.
That's a fantastic band. The girl who fronts it and her husband are in it. They used to be in a band called I Wrestled a Bear Once. And they're still opening for somebody. I gave away tickets for the show a couple of weeks ago. I forget who they're opening for, but my prediction is that that's going to be their last time in a support slot. They're from Canada. They're dynamite.
Are they Canadian or are you being racist?
No, they are. They're all white. Nope, they're legit Canadians. They're from, I don't know where they're from, but they're Canadian. Drunk Sue called on the After Hours line complaining about something.
I want to call the show. I really do. I am so PO'd about the NFL making this new regulatory. You got to have the offensive corner be either a woman or a person of color. I don't give a crap who does the job. I don't give a crap, Alan. But they got to be qualified. They can't be getting in just because they're a woman or just because they're a person of color. And it makes me mad. So I'm still going to watch the Browns. But damn it, that makes me mad. All right, see ya.
I like this notion that people think that they would pick somebody just because they're a woman.
Like
Or
me.
just because they're
Like
black,
you were a
yeah.
waitress last week, but they're like, well, we got to do this thing.
We need a chick.
And
hurry.
that every white guy that's had the job has been qualified.
Is awesome, yeah.
Because-
First of all, I got to also tell you, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Okay, so the NFL has they're trying to add more diversification to coaching staffs because it's been...
Because the Rooney Rule was a big sham anyway.
Yeah, it's been a problem. And so one of their solutions is to make sure that there is at least one of the assistants on the offensive side of the ball is a woman or minority.
Aren't there a couple of teams that have women in there already?
Yeah.
Like
But they're trying to...
the Bills have a
they're
girl.
trying to get
and-
more, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not the offensive coordinator has to be that. It's just an offensive assistant, I believe.
I see. The NFL has 12 women serving as coaches. We have one with the Bears. We have Robin Wilkie. But there are a handful of teams that have, yeah. Okay,
Browns
so
have
that's
one.
what she's talking about. But it made her very upset,
Right. Well, because
despite protesting that it didn't.
people think that they're just hiring anybody, but they don't actually look at how difficult it is for, the other side of it, where women and black people have been overlooked, even though they can be more qualified or better candidates, because the jobs have tended to go to white guys.
Well, there you go. Poundcake, your thoughts?
He's on the phone.
Throw a football question. Why not? Oh, hey, listen.
I don't even think it's the greatest. They're just trying to do what they can to address it. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's definitely one of those things that gets people like Sue fired up because...
Well, I think it's probably safe to say that even among qualified candidates, women are going to be very outnumbered by guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Just by virtue of how that usually lays out and the kind of people who go into coaching and,
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I don't know, 12 is a start. Better than 0.
It's more than there were 10 years ago.
I guess so.
There's probably 0 10 years ago.
By the way, condolences to, it's a cycle of life. Joe Exotic is getting a divorce. And listen, it's not easy for anyone.
He can't make it work. None of us stand a chance.
Right. These two crazy kids can't do it. He's not going anywhere.
He's got a bunch of divorces under
I was
his
like,
belt.
from
I
which
feel
husband
like.
is he getting divorced this time?
Joe Exotic is getting divorced from Dylan Passage. Of course, Joe Exotic's real name is Maldonado Passage, and so he filed his divorce documents yesterday after 4 years of marriage to Dylan.
He's
says the marriage is irretrievably broken. But he's just sitting in jail.
In prison. Not jail, prison.
Prison.
And his boyfriend or his husband is not bad looking. That's the sad part. Like his husband's actually kind of hot.
Well, I think he was the one that wanted out. I think he called him a while ago and said, hey,
I got all your money.
this
Joe, it's
isn't
over.
working for me with you in prison. But Joe is the one who's actually pulling the trigger on the divorce, that his husband never followed through. He never said, but like, why would you do that? You're on the outside. You can do whatever
Yeah,
you
you can do
want to
whatever you
do.
want.
Right.
Like, who cares?
He's known as the guy that's married to Joe Exotic.
So was this one of the dudes in the movie or no?
I think
or in the
was this
documentary?
the guy at the very end.
He was shown at the very end.
At the very
like,
end, okay.
After one husband left, another one died.
The other one shot himself in the head, right?
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Accidentally.
It's a Ghost Adventures episode.
Already?
At Joe Exotic's
Boyfriend-
farm.
Oh, really?
Whatever that wildlife preserve place is.
Yeah.
Waste no time.
It is good. They find the guy who killed himself. What was his name?
I don't remember.
Travis Maldonado.
Travis.
Yeah.
So they like communicate with his ghost and he shows them things where they're hidden, and the place is in absolute shambles. Like nobody has touched Joe's trailer since he went to jail. If you're into Ghost Adventures, I would highly recommend. They did like a special of it on
My wife
Halloween.
loves that show.
How do they go there?
The guy who owns it now, that guy who took it over,
I don't even think he owns it anymore. That Jeff Lowe guy or
that guy.
whatever.
No, he's in it. He's the one like giving them permission and showing
They
them
might
around.
have shot this a while ago because I don't even think he owns it anymore.
I think it was a
think he
Halloween
was just shady
special.
dude, too.
It was a Halloween special, so it was either Halloween 2020 or 2021.
Right.
Probably
Because Joe Exotic was big, so it had to have been one of those 2 years.
Do you think that had COVID not happened, Tiger King would be as big as it was?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
If
I think people would have locked onto it. I don't think it would have been as big. I mean, even if you were locked at home, there were still a million things to watch. But it definitely
it
benefited
came out
from,
like 2 weeks into
Yes,
lockdown.
right
That's
at the
why.
beginning,
Yeah.
Like we honestly, like, this is back when I was living with my other gays. Like, we just watched it because we wanted to see what the hype was all about. So I just got stoned and watched it, and I'm like, this is on another level.
I'm surprised that Joe Exotic got so much time. Like, there's people that seem to have done way worse things than him who get like a couple of years. He got 21 years in prison.
Because he followed through with it. Like, it was.
But it was attempted murder.
Yeah.
There's people who have
But it's a
murdered
conspiracy to
someone
say- yeah, like he
who
was-
haven't gotten 21 years in prison.
High profile, make an example out of him.
No, I don't think he was high profile when he got sentenced. Was he?
Yeah, that was
he
after
went
the
to jail
documentary.
after everything happened.
Yeah, because he thought Trump was going to pardon him, and
But he
The whole thing.
because he was also running for governor too.
President.
Yeah,
President.
He ran for president, but he ran for governor too. That was the first time we talked about him. Was when he
before the documentary.
Before the documentary, yeah. So he was pretty high profile.
So you think the elites were out to get him? They're like, we got to shut this guy down. He's telling too much truth out there.
The elites. Yeah, they were really worried about him.
All his truth.
You want to talk about truth? They're coming out with an Abercrombie and Fitch documentary on Netflix, and I can't wait to see
About what?
about the practices of that company, because Abercrombie and Fitch also owned Hollister, Abercrombie, and like the P.
Abercrombie and Fitch owns Abercrombie.
There's two different.
I know it's different
yeah.
stores, but I didn't know.
Yes. But I can't wait. Can't wait. All the stuff they used to do. You guys are models, okay?
Shirts
Active-
off.
Well, no, I was impactor. I didn't have the luxury of walking around.
No, but the models had to. That was like American Eagle was like so, because I worked for American Eagle, and they were so like morally against making someone stand with their shirt off. Like we will never be that company.
But not everyone took their shirts off. Like there was, I remember my friend was so mad. Remember the friend I showed you that you said was super hot, but
Yeah.
you said he was short? That's the exact same thing.
He is. He's like 5'1".
He has had a 12 packs. Is probably like 9 years old. He's one of those kids.
Because he's 5'1".
But still, everything else checks the boxes, like hair, abs, not a blemish on his face. And he came into my store when I was in college, and they were like, no. They saw him. He took his shirt off. Everyone was like, oh my God, he's a Greek god. Person was like, no, he's not. and then the person that they ended up picking, my very first day, I had to rub makeup on him, on his body.
Had to.
No, my boss.
You weren't
told
first in line with your arm up?
My boss told me, Cody, cover up on his tattoos, because he had a tattoo on his back, and I was like, Okay. I had to cover up on him. That was my very first task on my very first day. Ooh, it feels so good. And I'm like, you could have just got a guy without tattoos. Nope, they're all short. Can't wait for this documentary, boy.
Wow.
My life was...
You're the one.
I'm just saying.
Boy, they really will document anything now, won't they?
I mean, if there's scandal.
Because it's cheap. There's not even with scandal. I mean, just
That's a
because
big
everybody's got a
company.
camera. Huh? Not anymore, it's not. Like, why drop an Abercrombie and Fitch documentary now?
It's talking about the rise and fall of it.
Right.
Did it fall?
Does that sound inherently exciting?
Yes, if you work there and you know how it was. It says Abercrombie and Fitch's rise and fall explored in the explosive trailer for new Netflix.
Right. I mean, they did an American Apparel documentary years ago because that Dove Charney guy was like a super perv or something. At least that had like a couple elements to, Abercrombie's based out of Ohio. It's based out
Columbus.
of middle of nowhere.
So
right?
owned by the same people with Victoria's Secret. Owned by the same guy, Les
Wexner, the richest guy in Ohio. He was, what's his name's?
Epstein's.
Yeah, he was Epstein's
How?
patron, right? He was the guy that gave him all the money.
What do you get on that quiz? That's what I want to
He
know.
a master?
Mm-hmm.
He have
I
a
don't know.
master's degree?
Is he the richest guy in Ohio? I know he has the most expensive
Wexner
house.
is the richest guy in Ohio. Yeah.
The
Are you going to put an offer in on Pedophile Island? That's up for sale. They got to
are you
change.
talking to?
They better change the name of it. Poundcake.
Yeah, he's on Zillow all the time.
Yeah, you're on
Let me
there.
see it on there. I want to see it discounted.
$125 million.
That's how much the going rate is. Neverland didn't even sell for that much.
Well,
That was a
inflation.
different time. That was the 90s,
It's an
early
island, too.
2000s.
$125 million.
Imagine you're somebody who lives in this island and everybody knows it as Pedophile Island. You're like, okay,
Ex-pedophile
I
island.
live there. Yeah, well, tell them that. It's still the Jeffrey Epstein Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Do you torch everything? Like, do you got to burn it and then start anew?
No. You
What?
sell it to somebody rich?
It has some unique stuff on there. Like, it has,
Sure, they'll sage the house or whatever. And
yeah, there's some things on there that I don't...
two private islands, commonly referred to as Pedophile Island.
Be an interesting episode of House Hunters.
Yeah, right.
We both are painters, and we're looking for a nice place to just...
I'm a former president, and she didn't win.
And our budget is $396 million.
Have we got a deal for you? If you guys can look past a little bit of dodgy history,
Bill said I can.
you're really going to like this place.
Now, hold on. You guys are all in the camp Murder House, your team Murder House, that if you were to get a really good deal, would you buy this island?
Rape is different than murder. Pedophilia,
just asking.
raping underage girls, a little bit different than murder.
Would you buy the island?
Allegedly.
You would never,
Wait,
for
wait,
no
wait, wait.
price, you'd buy this island.
What kind of deal?
Would I buy the? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean,
If they mark it down, no one will buy it. They
They're-
mark it down from 125 to 5.
they're trying to turn a huge profit on this
Yeah.
because they're going to have to cut this way down because he bought one of the islands in the late 90s for $8 million and then just build a bunch of stuff on it.
$1 million. They say you can have both of them for $1 million.
Both of them for $1 million. I don't know, man. They're
They'll move some
islands,
stuff around.
but they're islands in the middle of the everything could get wiped out in a hurricane.
It could or it could not, and you could have a private island for the rest of your life.
Where is it located?
You can. It's the U.S. Virgin Islands. You can.
Two private islands for $1 million. You guys are all.
You can rent an
I love
for
a
the
good
amount of
deal.
time, but for the amount of time I'd spend there, you can rent an island if you're going to be there for like a couple of weeks or something. You can do that. I'd rather do that.
Okay.
I had the
rent an
money.
island, and you got the staff on there, and
So you'd overlook pedophilia and murder for a deal.
For it, because it doesn't make the stuff. The stuff didn't do it.
I was going to say, that was your guys' argument,
Yeah.
is that the island didn't do anything. The
Right.
island didn't rape anybody.
No, but here's the problem: is everybody refers to it as Pedophile Island.
So what?
So you can work as hard
Yeah,
as
do
you
some
want to start
rebranding,
calling
yeah.
it Little St. James or whatever it's called, But
A lot of holes in your arguments, Alan. That's all I'm saying.
you think so?
I think that maybe sometimes you're a little bit of a flip-flopper.
What's the main hole?
Well, the main
Saying
hole.
there's
535.
What's the main hole?
Saying
I'm
that,
saying
like,
rape's different than murder.
but the whole argument is like the house. It's still a great house. Why wouldn't I
Well, I
want
don't
to
know.
live?
I don't know anything about the house. The islands are for sale, and I assume everything on it.
No, I'm in our hypothetical argument. It was
Yeah.
always if someone got murdered here and you knew about it,
Yeah.
violent murder, suicide. You
Yeah.
were like, I'm taking the deal. House is a house, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the same doesn't hold up for an island.
Well, here's why. Because I think the afterlife, which is what jams people up when it comes to ghosts, I think that's a bunch of nonsense. I don't believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
These women are still alive.
They're not on the island.
They still got raped by Jeffrey Epstein when they were
Yeah?
14 years old.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He's not here to defend
okay.
himself.
According to them, he raped them.
Yeah.
Maybe they just wanted his money. They knew he had an island.
Anywho,
But it's because they're alive.
it's because rape is different than murder.
If they were killed, you would have bought the island.
Yeah.
Raped and
Because
then
I don't
murdered,
believe it.
fine.
Because I don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts are
that's
made
fine.
up.
Okay.
Some people are like, I wouldn't want a murder house because of ghosts. That's not a thing. So I would, yes.
So the bad juju of the island.
I've been to places where people have been murdered.
You've probably been to places where people have been raped.
But I didn't know that.
You don't know if someone's been murdered there either.
True. But you're asking me if I knew a murder and if I knew a rape, which one would I'd feel weird in the rape house. The murder house,
Definitely
no
wouldn't be
problem
able to
with
sell
it.
tickets on the rape tour.
Yeah, I got no problem with the murder house.
Zach Bagan's rape house.
Zach Bagans. You know?
Okay.
That's where I'm coming from.
Well, because you guys told me it's all a bunch of hogwash and hooey when I talk about the vibes of a place or how I wouldn't feel comfortable or there'd be a bad energy there. But now it seems like there would be a bad energy on these islands.
I'm not saying bad energy. No, because when you talk about bad energy, you mean that literally.
I don't just mean ghosts.
You believe in the
But
afterlife.
I don't just mean ghosts. I mean, like, bad things happened here. This is a negative energy. I don't want to be in a place where bad things have happened.
Yeah, I'd give you that.
I know about.
I'd give you that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys like to make fun of me for things like that. But that
Well, that's
seems to
fun
be
to
the
do.
same argument that you're making now for not buying this.
I'm not.
island.
I make fun of you because you believe in ghosts.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing. If you go bad energy, I understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
That phrase has usually come up in a conversation about ghosts, which are not real.
Right.
So for me, like if they were like, oh, somebody got murdered here, but I'll give you a great deal in this house, I go, let's take a look around. If they go, this was a rich guy's rape room, want to take a look around, I go, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll go somewhere else.
Okay.
I bet I could find a great place
With no rape.
with no rape.
No history of rape.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
been
but
to
if you get a discount, I'm more interested in the discount.
Yeah, you said $1 million you're taking both islands.
Yeah.
But you're also on record as murder house, you don't care.
Yeah, murder house, don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
I'll take both. I'm just happy to have an island. I just want to go on the island and not invite people over. Where's Cody? He's on an island.
I've stayed, and this occurred to me, or somebody mentioned it to me because they heard us talking about it. Somebody I know who had been listening to the show. I've been to the British Virgin Islands a couple times. I've been to Tortola on a couple of occasions. And we were talking about those bones that were found in that house in Ohio,
Yeah.
North of Cincinnati, a place called Mount Healthy. Wasn't that what it
Yeah.
was called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. On Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, there is a Mount Healthy National Park.
Oh, are there bones there?
I don't know. Might be worth looking into. Whether or not there are, I wouldn't attach any. There's also a place called Monkey Point. Now you're going to ask me if there's monkeys there?
Are there?
Yes.
I was actually going to ask you how many points are there.
A lot of monkeys.
1 point.
Yeah.
Not monkey points.
The 1 point is monkeys.
That's why I got 32, not 37.
Right. You're right. I'm sorry.
There's also Beef Island
Big fan.
of beef. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there Ham Island?
Huh?
Ham Island?
I didn't see Ham Island. No.
Pork Island, Pig Island, anything
I
related
don't
to
see.
ham?
No, I don't see those at all. Now I don't know if they mean beef in the meat sense or if they mean beef in like
The girl's name?
the girl named Beef. Yes.
Yeah, that's
This is
a
the
beautiful name
island.
for a daughter.
The island you fly to squash all your beef, like all fighting is legal. You just
Like
go
a battle
there.
royale.
Yeah, you
That's what I'm
just
saying.
go.
Yeah, they
Figure
send
it
you
out.
there, and then you have a fine time. I got to take a break. We'll have the Bill Squire Friday get down for you. That's how you know the weekend is underway. We'll do that shortly.